self-determination. Rise up, African nation. Kujichagulia, accomplish what you will. A new world we must build. Kujichagulia, self-determination. Rise up, African nation. Kujichagulia, accomplish what you will. A new world we must build. We must define, name, and create, and we must speak for ourselves. That holy power belongs with no one else. The life of truth and justice for our community requires Kujichagulia from you and me. Kujichagulia, self-determination. Rise up, African nation. Kujichagulia, accomplish what you will. A new world we must build. We must define, name, and create, and we must free our minds and work together diligently to overthrow all strife. The life of peace and harmony and true prosperity requires Kujichagulia from you and me. Kujichagulia, self-determination. Rise up, African nation. Kujichagulia, accomplish what you will. A new world we must build. Define, name, and create. We must free our minds and work together diligently to overthrow all strife. The life of peace and harmony and true prosperity requires Kujichagulia from you and me. Kujichagulia, self-determination. Rise up, African nation. Kujichagulia, accomplish what you will. A new world we must build. A new world we must build. A new world we must build. Kujichagulia. 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 Oh yeah, that was cool.
Gosh, Jay. Excellent, excellent. Thank you, Papa Jeff, for playing that. Makes me want to say Habargani to all of the people. And then we can answer Kujichagulia. Beautiful, beautiful. Welcome on this Sunday. Happy Sunday to one and all. It is a beautiful day of sun. It's actually got some sun outside. I'm looking out my window and it's very beautiful. So welcome, welcome, welcome to one and all. Welcome to Wose Community Church. First, I'll do the little housekeeping, which is to make sure that you're on mute unless it's your turn to speak. We can hear background things going on if you have your stuff on and you think it's very quiet and then you cough and then all of a sudden we're looking at you. So we just keep yourself on mute until it's your turn to speak and make sure either your camera is on or your name is in the bottom of your screen or both. Okay, now that that's out of the way, welcome to Wose Community Church. We are a community of the way. The way is Maat, truth, justice, and righteousness. We believe the teachings of our elders and our ancestors that the Creator God created the universe and all life and has placed in each of us a part of the divine spirit. God living in us and through us has given us the right and the power to establish peace and justice in all human life and true harmony with all of creation. We believe in the living faith of our ancestors. Our way is not merely ritual or belief. Our way is a way of life. Our way is not a random path. Our way begins with coherent understanding. It is a way that aims at preserving knowledge of who we are. It is with this conviction that we study the rich heritage of our African people. The way is reciprocity. The way is wholeness. The way is unity and self determination. It is creativity, collective work, and responsibility. Our way is faith, purpose, and cooperative economics. The way knows no oppression. Our way creates. Our way worships and praises the God of our ancestors. The way is life. The way destroys only destruction. Ashe. So now that we know who we are and what we believe and what we practice, hopefully if there's anybody on here that is new, that you know that you have come to the right place at Willow State Community Church. Ashe. So, first and foremost, we are going to bring in the ancestors. And it is the first thing that we like to do as we're coming and gathering together, as more and more people are populating the space. We want to bring in our ancestors. And to help us to usher in to do that is our brother Wasuf. Brother Wasuf with our libations.
To prove family, peace and blessings. And for that purpose to open the way, we begin this through standing before our community and our creator. And one of the calls that we make is submit to the supreme being who's ever becoming. And in the tradition, one of the praise songs to begin that from ancient Kemet. Net ter it time I submit to the supreme being who is ever becoming. Ashe.
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 And to the creator in peace. Amen. Ashe.
Dua. Amen. Ashe.
That which is hidden and has no form, but yet exists and permeates all things. And to the spirit manifested with the creator, Amen Ra. Ashe.
Ashe. Come and be with us.
Etim Pautnetru, Etim for the representation through the tree of life of all the Netaru. Ashe.
Ashe. Come and be with us.
To Osir,
Ashe. Come and be with us.
to Osir Unefer, the divine one, to Unity Emoja. Ashe. For certainty, Thank you, God, for certainty. Thank you for wisdom. Thank you for a structure to be able to ascertain what to do and to know why I've come into the world to become Itam Tahuti Dwan Baduna Dog for the sacred words, the sacred glyphs. Ashe.
Dwa, Dwa, come and be with us.
Dwell for destiny. Dwell for power. Dwell for the making of me and all that exists, creating and the creation. Itam Sekerd, Itam Patah. Ashe.
Dwa, Ashe, come and be with us.
E to M for Ma'at. Dwam and Ab and Okamat. Thank you, Ma'at, for a stable heart to live truth. Thank you for the principles that represent harmony, all of duality, justice, and the restoration. Today is yesterday, yesterday is before. Ashe,
Ashe, come and be with us.
thank you for being able to stand and be able to know boundaries, to know protection, to know the that we can call forth justice at any time as elders to reestablish Ma'at and to put things in their place to destroy Isfet and Set. Ashe,
Ashe, come and be with us.
to the Neteru, Heru, for freedom to choose to live this way and to seek from our elders and our ancestors to have our eyes restored so that we can see as we go forward and seek our crown and seek our divinity. Ashe,
Ashe, come and be with us.
to Heteru, Kuumba, to creativity for joy in the work. Ashe,
Ashe, come and be with us.
all the roads to be open. We thank you, Sebek. We thank you, Elegba. We thank you for being able to affirm and speak our world into existence. Ashe.
Ashe, come and be with us.
And to the foundation, the sacred stools, the As, the golden stools for the collective unity of all of our people and learning and beginning again, and to our corporeal being, having a physical vehicle to live on this earthly plane. Ashe.
Ashe, come and be with us.
And we thank you for the wise folk as we begin to gather their names to call them out. Thank you for the wise folk. Thank you for the Shepsu Eaku. Ashe.
Ashe, come and be with us.
I thank you for those that help the forming of me, to Atef, the person my father, Moot, the person my mother, to Carl and Eddie Jones, and to my late wife Safinsa Arianch on this journey of remembering and taking place in my role in my destiny. Ashe. And to my late
Ashe,
sisters,
Ashe,
my late
come and be
sister,
with us.
Sister Lisa DeSoto Jones, Cynthia Jones, Carol Jones, my brother Stephen Jones, Ashe, and we open it up to the
Ashe,
ancestors.
Ashe, 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 come and be with us. Mr. and
And
Mrs.
we open,
Leroy and Hazel Conley. Ashe, Ashe, come and be with us. My brother Leroy Conley Jr. Ashe, come and be with us. My brother Kunle Mwanga. Ashe, come and be with us. Minister Imhotep Elijah Akabalan. Ashe, come and be with us.
Ashe,
Mr. and Mrs. Wilford and Virginia Harvey. Ashe, Ashe, come and be with us. Mrs. Joyce Pope Williams. Ashe, come and be with us. Dr. Yosef Ben Yekanin. Ashe, come and be with us. Sister Makinya Sibeko Kouete. Ashe, come and be with us. Baba Lizelle Williams. Ashe, come and be with us. Sister Jasiri Kadiri. Ashe, come and be with us.
Dr. Francis Chris Welsing,
Ashe, come and be with us.
and Dr. Amos Wilson.
Ashe, come and be with us. Reverend Saint Martin Luther King Jr. and Coretta Scott King, Ashe, Ashe, come and be with us.
Mama Ngina, Ashe, Sister
Ashe, come and be
Karen,
with us. Ashe,
Brother
come and be
Henry
with us.
Hightower,
Ashe, come and be
Algie
with us.
Bolton,
Ashe,
Ashe,
come and be with us.
Mother Spreggins, Ashe,
Ashe, come and be with us.
Sister Leslie Campbell,
Ashe,
Ashe, come and be with us.
Sister Grace Douglas,
Ashe,
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 come and be with us.
and her sister Anita, Ashe.
Ashe,
Ashe, come and be with us.
Sister Valeria and Gaston Sams and Sister Karen Gifford, come and be with us.
Ashe,
Ashe, Ashe, come and be with us.
Nesu Biti Shabaka, come and be with us.
Ashe,
Ashe,
come and be with us.
Fred Hampton, come and be
Ashe,
with us.
come and be with us.
Bantu
Huey
Stephen B.
Peoples,
Poe,
Ashe, come and be with us.
Jesse Jackson.
Ashe,
Ashe, come and be with us.
Ida B. Wells, come and be with us.
Ashe,
Ashe,
come and be with us.
Mama Harriet Tubman, come and be with us.
Ashe,
Ashe,
come and be with us.
Rosa Parks,
Ashe,
Ashe, come and be with us.
Sheikh
Doc-
Anta Diop,
Ashe,
Ashe, come
with
and be
us.
with Dr. Charles Finch. Ashe, come and be with us.
Mother Spriggans, I'm working on my own black self. Come and be with us.
Ashe, come and be with us.
Mm.
Ashe, come and be with us.
Grantland Johnson,
Ashe, come and be with us.
Brother
as
Tashaka
we
Muhammad,
Tashaka
Ashe,
Muhammad, Ashe,
come and be with us.
as we
Brother
feel
Gene
illuminated,
Streeter,
Ashe, come and be with us.
and as we feel illuminated with all of our ancestors in our hearts and our minds, as we as we make a pledge to step out a day, moving forward with their energy and vitality. For the last three Ashes, let's collect them and call out their names. Ashe,
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 Eddie and Edith White.
Ashe,
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 Amy Moore.
Ashe.
Pam Doris.
Oh,
come and be with us.
Ashe,
Dua Amun Ra.
it is done.
Ashe, Ashe.
Thank you,
You,
brother.
Baba. Thank you for that libation. That collective sends out collective vibrations and entering in the ancestors. We were calling up on the warriors in spirit, our intellectual warriors and our community warriors, I noticed today. So give thanks, give thanks. And now we're going to have the prayer list being played, and we are going to have our prayer by Mama Saraswati.
Puma King, Kenneth Fuller, Aleman Haile, Mother Mirabai, Minister Makalisi and Mary, the family of Minister Imhotep, Baba Damu, Nefertiti Littlejohn, Minister Sidney, Roshumba and Jamala, Aaliyah and Trina Salgado and Cherie Boyd, the unhoused, our youth, Jabbar Watson, Okanona and Mahip Holmes, Marcus Johnson, Babatai and family, our elders, Michelle Hand, Ikemba Bonasole, Mama Fania Angelia, Tayomba Jema, Delois Scott, Mama Thandiwe and family, Mark Taylor, Dave Brown and family, John Jackson, the Love Goodlet family, Omir, Zion, artist, Amara and Dahlia Pearson, Janetta Mehmet and family, S.C. Lucas, Mama Zarita, the family of Nozipo Wobogo, Jabari Jahi, Faye Kennedy, Hiramu and Amina Suso, Mama Aziza and family, Minister Malley, Sharon Darcy, the Sunshine Starchild family, Avante, Latasha, Lamaya, Mackin and Xavion, Mumia Abu Jamal, Joseph Williams, Andre Turner and daughters, Sugar D and family, Queen Mother Thurston, World Peace, Bill and Janet Sarpenter, Eli Omade students and staff, June and Dawn Glenn Lawson, caregivers, the incarcerated, Mother Victoria and Ellen McKinney, the deported, Amethyst Graham, Brenda Jones, Shauna and Raylan, Royce Dorsey, Doretha Curry, Baba Nimbley, the addicted, Dwayne and Andreda Blair, the Bridgeforth Jordan family, C.K. Ledzepko, the Smith family, the mentally ill, Maisha and Afi and Kume, the lost, Kevin Page, Lavinia Ward, Kufu Sarah, Brother M.B. Hanif, his wife Lola, and his son, Brother Davis, Desiree Sadler, Margarita Creasy, Pat Jameson, the African diaspora, Ruby Green and family, Sister Megan, Ashe, Ashe, Ashe.
Shay. Good morning, dear Lord. You are the Most High God, Divine Mother, Holy Father, giver of every good and perfect gift, indweller of all beings. We welcome you in this place. Come in and set a spell with us, and we will honor all the many manifestations of your glory. We see the new blossoms on the trees and the now abundant sunshine. We watch the children grow with their boundless energy and intellect. We read, hear, and understand your word, graciously given to us by our ancestors. This is a wonderful day, and we will rejoice and be glad in it. We are gathered here in this virtual circle this morning for a time of celebration and also a time of care. In our circle, we celebrate new life, Ashe, promotions, connections, new endeavors, clarity of vision, wisdom, student achievement, and family. We also embrace those in need, and we ask that you pour your spirit into them. Tell us what to do to help. Loneliness or isolation, physical pain, depression, those suffering from incarceration or being unhoused. Lord, we acknowledge this need and we care. We care. Racism, violence, addiction to substances and media. These are very real weapons being used against us. But our reply, our weapon, our strength is found in the principles of Maat. Truth, justice, righteousness, harmony, balance, reciprocity, and order. Fill our hearts with joy, with conviction, with Maat. This soul power resides in every fiber, every cell of our being. We are mighty. We are safe. Open our eyes. We give thanks for our warriors who organize, study, pray, preach, and sing, and otherwise sacrifice their time, talent, and treasure to the glory of Amun-Ra through Wosei. We pray for their continued strength and commitment. Help us to honor their sacrifice and treat them with respect. Help us to also eat well, exercise, drink plenty of water to protect and honor our sacred temple, a gift that we receive from you. Every day is a gift, an opportunity to learn more of you and likewise show love. We thank you for this life and accept the responsibility joyfully. And we will finish this prayer with a word from you. From the Kusia, the Books of Prayers and Sacred Praises, page 15, section 1, Paragraph 3. It is you who hears the prayers of one who calls on him, who saves a man and a woman from the hands of the violent, and who makes the Nile rise and flow for those who are in him. Ra is the perfect guide for everyone. Ashe, Ashe, Ashe.
Ashe. Ashe, thank you so much, Sister Saraswati, for that prayer. And thank you, Baba Jeff, for playing the prayer list and putting prayer list inside of the group chat. We're having a wonderful devotion this morning, and we just want to make sure that thank you. We're having a wonderful devotion this morning, and we're gonna go on into our announcements. And I just want to have everybody know and to focus on our announcements and get your pen and paper together and write down the stuff that's going on, because it's not just going on oh, this is this event or this is that event. It's some events in here that WOSE itself are putting on, and we want to support our church, and we also want to bring our friends, and so we want to be able to have that information when we go and talk to our friends, because they're like, okay, what's going on, let me go look. No, have the stuff written down and then go talk to your friends, or send out these beautiful flyers that we are having. So right now we're going to do the announcements. So go ahead and play the announcements.
These are your WOSE Sacramento announcements for Sunday, March 8th, 2026. Don't you know we all need prayer? Join us in intercessory prayer for you and your WOSE family on Mondays and Fridays at 5:30 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. This flyer will be in the chat. You'll need these numbers to dial in. Please continue to pray for those on our prayer list during the week in your private prayer time. If your name should be on our list, please let us know by putting your name in the chat. Want to know what's going on in Sacramento? Want to get involved? Come to the WOSE Sacramento Elders Community Meeting, which is this Monday, March 9th, using the Black Knowledge Matters number to dial in. All are invited. The women of WOSE will meet this Wednesday, March 11th at 6:30 p.m., immediately following Black Knowledge Matters using the same sign-in. Exercise your feminine power. There are so many things going on here in Sacramento. If you are having trouble keeping track, you are not alone. Post this calendar of upcoming events. This will be in the chat. Sound bath healing with Dr. T. Come unwind and recharge with an in-person sound bath session led by the amazing Terrence Dr. T. Elliott. Let soothing tones and vibrations wash over you, melting away stress and bringing deep relaxation. Search WOSE Community on eventbrite.com to register. And while you're at it, get Dr. Terrence Elliott's new book, The Healing Power of Sound for the Black Community. It is available wherever books are sold. Oh my goodness, Anthony Browder is coming to Sacramento? Get ready for an inspiring in-person event packed with an engaging lecture, Q&A, book signing, and vibrant community vibes. This summit is all about celebrating Black culture, history, and wisdom in a space where connections and conversations come alive. Search WOSE Community on eventbrite.com. Tony Browder's study tours of Egypt will take place on July 7th through the 21st and December 12th through the 23rd in 2026.
Note, these are his final study tours. Visit ctoinc.com for reservations and information. Out of Darkness, Heavy is the Crown, Volume 2 is the third film in the Out of Darkness documentary series created by Oakland-based director Amadeus Christ. This will be a film screening and discussion with the director. Search Wose Community on eventbrite.com. African Americans for Balanced Health seminar on Saturday, March 21st, 2026, will be conducted by Dr. Dara Deline Brown on Reboot, Purify, and Renew, Grow 20 Years Younger. Black Knowledge Matters. If you or someone you know can drop some knowledge on WOSE, contact imhotepalkebalon@gmail.com or call 916-835-1823. Ashe.
Ashe. And do we have any announcements from Oakland?
Grand Rising, Wose. I'm Baba Tai, and these are your announcements from Wose, Oakland for Sunday, March the 8th. I just want to confirm with Baba Bill that I'm on the screen. Am I on the screen?
Yes.
Okay,
I was just
good.
muted.
All right. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. On this upcoming Saturday, March the 14th, we will be serving a family dinner at Wose, and we will be joined by a contingent of out-of-town guests from our spiritual families in Los Angeles and hopefully Sacramento. We'll also have special musical guest Good Love, featuring Mama Latrice and her husband Baba David. We've heard them as the Sounds of Maat. Now come hear them do their own thing under their professional name. The doors will open at 5, and we plan to be out by 8. The very next day, Sunday, March the 15th, after a long absence from our pulpit, Minister Amani Hines from Los Angeles will be here to deliver his always timely and relevant message to the Wose community. We're really looking forward to having Minister Amani back with us. Yesterday, the Wose Oakland All Brother Formation, known as the ZA, held a meeting. Our next gathering will be a morning walk to exercise and fellowship on Saturday, March the 21st at 9 o'clock a.m. at the Martin Luther King Regional Shoreline Park in Oakland. All brothers are invited to come out and walk with us. Also on that Saturday, our school Ileoma Day is having a crab feed fundraiser. All the hot garlic crab you can eat, along with garlic noodles, garlic buttered toast, salad, and a beverage. It's going to be from 5 to 9 at the Piedmont Community Church, 400 Highland Avenue in Piedmont. The cost is only $80 per person, and tickets are going fast. In the next month, on Sunday, April the 19th, I am so thankful to announce that Wose will observe our annual Mama Jasiri Kadiri Day. We have honored our ancestor Queen Mother for nearly 30 years, and this year will be no exception. Those of us who knew and loved Mama Jasiri look forward every year to hearing her voice on this day. On Sunday, May 17th, backed by popular demand, we're having a repeat of our November 16th Sonic Meditative Healing led by Dr. Terrence and Queen Amanda Elliott. It was an amazing experience the last time, and I expect no difference this time in May. And then there's this brother. We wish a very, very, very happy 88th birthday to Brother Kofi Ampim today. Baba Kofi was a stalwart member and a part of Wose leadership when I first walked into Wose in 1982. Minister Imhotep used to always refer to him as the General for just reasons. Part of Kofi's legacy is that he has given us his son, Brother Professor Manu Ampim. Happy birthday, Kofi. And those are the We'll Say Oakland announcements brought to you on behalf of Minister Malley. On the screen, you see our upcoming Sunday events, but I want to remind you that next Saturday, we're having a family dinner at We'll Say with special musical guests, Good Love. And on the Saturday after that, March 21st, the We'll Say brothers are having a 9 a.m. walk at the Martin Luther King Shoreline Regional Park. And that evening, Ile is having its crab feed fundraiser. Watch your emails and contact me, Baba Tai, for more information. Thank you, We'll Say.
Ashe, thank you. And you know what that says to me? Because we had first, is there any other announcements that, from the...
I just want to say Black Knowledge Matters. We'll have session on Wednesday, and Brother Damani will continue what he presented in his historical tribute last month. And so we welcome that knowledge coming forward on Wednesday. Thank you.
Okay. So thank you for that, Sister Doris. Make sure, I'm gonna say it again, make sure you guys write down these things so that you guys can attend the things that pertain to us. A lot of stuff that we are seeing here, we want to make sure that we are in the building to support our own event, and also be in spaces that is conducive to us. So please make sure you write down these things. And there's for some of the ones in Sacramento, you need to go on Eventbrite and RSVP. So make sure you go on Eventbrite and sign up to go to the events, because these events are beautiful events. The sound healing is beautiful. If you guys have enjoyed Dr. Elliott, when we have him in service, he is a treat when you're there in person and you get to go to the sound healings. Please make this time to write us down and to go on Eventbrite and to make sure that we are all in the house. So especially on March 21st, because it's looking like there's events in the Bay Area and there's events in Sacramento. So wherever you are, you should be somewhere with a Wosei person on that day. Because you know what? It is the spring equinox and we need to be together. We need to be together. So thank you for all of the announcements that's gathering us in unity as a people. And now we're going to move on to our affirmations. Our affirmations will be given to us by Baba Sebastian and Baba Ed.
We will know God's truth to be free and self-determined.
Creator, help us to remember the humanity, glory, and suffering of our ancestors, and to honor the struggles of our elders.
Let us strive to bring new vision and life to our people. Let there be peace and harmony among us.
Let us be loving, sharing, and creative. Let us work, study, and listen so we may learn, teach, and cultivate self-reliance.
Grant us power, O Holy One, as we struggle to resurrect our hearts and our homeland.
We will raise our children according to the needs of our nation, with discipline, patience, devotion, and courage. We will strive to be the living models of the new direction of our people.
We are an African people.
We are children of God.
Ashe.
Ashe.
Ashe. And those are things that we as a Wosei Community Church affirm. These are things that we know to be true, and we are affirming those things. So thank you, Baba Ed and Baba Sebastian, for reading our affirmations. And now we're going to have a song. Let's get into some music, Baba Jeff. Let's get into some music.
Of course. We love to sing Jah praise. We love to sing Jah praise. of sorrow. Come on and try your love. Try your love. Bring it down. Try your love. Try your love. Yes. Come on and try. Just try your love.
Ashe. Ashe. We love Sister Glow's music. It's just so beautiful and it's always uplifting and upbeat. And I'm always over here jamming, hoping that everybody's jamming with me because all I'm looking at is Sister Glow and I'm just like, yeah. Ashe, Ashe. We give thanks because, we done tried Jah Love and we love it. We love it. Definitely. Definitely. So that gets us all nice and upbeat and just that beautiful song. Thank you, Sister Glow, for singing that song and for being able to have that video for us to be able to receive and jam with on this day. So now we're going to go into our historical tribute, which is one of my main parts that I really, really enjoy at Wosay Community Church. And Sister Doris is going to come to us for our historical tribute. Welcome.
Good morning. How good and how pleasant it is to be before you.
Good morning.
This is the day the Lord has made.
Ashe.
Rejoice and be glad. Right?
Yeah.
Historical
That's right.
tribute time. Some people have just spent the month of February trying to scramble in before the 28th to talk about history. But WOSE is about History 365, all 52 Sundays of the year. And so the historical tribute is something that was started with WOSE. And in 1980, I remember hearing the first historical tribute, and they said we'll keep at least 5 generations, and to be to the point where we're saying 7 generations. But it's not just to say how great Black people are and what we've been through, but to show the hand of God moving throughout the history of our people. And we are the greatest when we are the closest to God. So this is supposed to be 10 minutes. My son told me, write it down, Mom, so you don't go long. And he tried to log in, but he's on his way to Punta Cana and said he couldn't get it on the plane. So I'll stay within my 10 minutes. And when I first heard the name Imhotep in 1980, it was, hey, this Egyptian guy, he's a physician, he's an architect, he's an astronomer, he has worldview. And I'm like, wow, he is one incredible guy. And Imhotep the Ancient is the link to the birth of modern civilization of African, not Arabic, but Black Africans' presence in Egypt. So Imhotep, the historic Imhotep, the first multi-genius, he was a superstar, a decoder. So he was just a really cool dude. He knew medicine. He was the architect of the step pyramid. He was the one that others said that they would study medicine like him. So this super bad dude name also meant he who came in peace. So when this 22-year-old guy said, I'm going to change my name to Imhotep, I thought, it takes some serious guts to choose that name. And so, but it reflected who he was and who he wanted to be. And he had asked his parents, hey, I'm going to change my name. Do you want me to change it to the same meaning of the birth name you gave me? And his dad said, no, do what you need to do. His mother was upset, like, how could you do that? Your father's name, we gave you that name. His father said, I'm okay with it. You do what you need to do. So he changed his name to Imhotep Al-Kabalon. And Al-Kabalon, well, at the time, he was a student of Dr. Ben. And Dr. Ben had Al-Kabalon. And so he said, hey, the black land. So he who came in peace to the black land. That was the name. And Imhotep Al-Kabalon was a child of West Oakland. He had great pride in saying he was from West Oakland. His mother was from Texas, and his father was from DC. And they were part of the community, fighting against those forces that would break up and divide West Oakland. So Imhotep and his sister would be dragged to community meetings day in and day out, sitting in. They learned Robert's Rules of Order at an early age. Their mother and their father both were up there protesting against the powers that would break up this thriving oasis for those who'd done the migration. So it's like, okay. And mind you, he was the firstborn to his parents. And so his dad was an avid practicing Catholic. His mother was a Baptist. So Imhotep was baptized Catholic and Baptist. So Sunday morning, what did that mean? He and his dad would get him dressed, and they would walk to St. Patrick's Catholic Church. So that was time he spent with his dad. And he would do all the stuff, and his dad would come back, and his dad would work with the church, and then he'd come home, have breakfast, and then go to Sunday school with his mother, and then the Baptist church. So he had a double dose. And as our kids would ask, what are we? He says, child of God. So Imhotep knew that spirituality was important to his family. So then he ended up having to go to a Catholic school. And when he went to that Catholic school, and back then in the 60s, they had nuns. And he was who he was. And those nuns said, you do as you please. And he goes, yeah, so what about that? And he says, but what they were saying is he had his own mind, his own determination of what was right and what was wrong. And he loved to read. When his sister, who was 4 years younger than him, was born, he was just always trying to read to her and trying to show her the way. And then it was comic books. He was an avid. Anything he could get his hands on, they said he would read. And so at that point, the reading, the comic books, but then he loved music. He got into the Oakland's children's chorus. He was in sports. He played baseball. And because he was so tall, they wanted him to play basketball. But he's like, okay, I do it because I'm tall, but he really wasn't into it. But he loved to sing. He loved good music. And he listened to the radio all the time. They say he knew every doo-wop boogaloo song of the 60s and 70s. He could tell it and run it off. So, but mind you, this is the 60s, and the Black Panthers were just getting started. They were active in the community, and he had a sense of consciousness and wanted to be about it. And so and also you have to remember, then it was this integration, sending the Black kids to the white schools. So he was in West Oakland, and he'd get on the bus going up to Skyline in Montera, and the kids would tease him, oh, there's urban renewal for you. They would clown him about being from West Oakland. But he had pride about it. He knew that they had a nice home. He knew that they cared about their home and their neighborhood. They called everybody Mr. and Mrs. They respected, they helped. That's what he saw. They'd go visit people in the hospitals. They were always there. His mother was always helping out with the PTA and everything. And then once the Catholic school got too much, they said, no, we're taking you out of that. So he went to Montera for middle school. And once again, while you're integrated in these areas, they thought that you weren't as smart. So they thought the black male student wasn't as smart. So he would do everything in the geometry class and everything, and it seemed like he and the other black male students would always get down pressed. But he never let it cause him to slow down. He always pushed forward, always reading, knew that he was intelligent. So when he graduated from high school, he then went on to San Francisco State. Well, we all know that San Francisco State was popping. It had some of the best scholars, those who were in the forefront of understanding Pan-Africanism, and had those teachers there. So he was in the right place. So he was there at San Francisco State, and he ran track. So Doc T and him were on the same team there. And he would talk about how, yeah, Terrence, he'd be up there playing. We'd be on the bus going to a track meet. There was music going on. So you know he loved the music. So he majored in business. Now, young brother Imhotep, he really wanted to study African history. He was taking every class available. But what did they say? What you gonna do with that? All you can do is teach it. And he was like, oh, well, he got the business degree. He got in marketing. Okay. And so he would, after finishing and getting his degree in marketing, shortly after then is when WOSE was started. And how Imhotep got introduced to WOSE was that Bill Calhoun was a minister over at Allen Temple Baptist Church, and he married Bobby Rollins. And Imhotep gave Bobby away to Bill when they got married. And so Bobby said, hey, Emma, there's this church. My husband's starting this church. Hey, come check it out. Now, mind you, Imhotep went to the last sermon that Bill preached at Allen Temple Baptist Church, and therefore was at WOSE at the first worship service. So it's like, okay, the church was full. The Masonic Temple over there on Fruitville and Galindo was full. And I remember going there and I'm like, okay, I'd just been dating this guy a year. We're going to this church. We go visit different churches together, but it was different. They had a historical tribute. They poured libation, and the message was good. So we went on about our business, and Imhotep was reading. He was reading. He was trying to find a job. He had graduated from San Francisco State looking for a job in marketing. Everybody wanted to be, pharmaceutical sales or what kind of sales. And he had started locks. Now, think about this. We see locks everywhere now. In 1979, you could count on your one hand how many folks you saw with locks. So when I saw him in July of 1979, he had this big fro like the Silvers or the Jackson 5. And folks weren't really wearing the naturals then. And I'm like, he'd be okay if he cut some of that hair off. And little did I know, a few weeks later, I'd see him. He had started his first set of locks in July of 1979. Now, okay, he's starting locks. He's listening to reggae music. He's studying African history. Who is this Imhotep? So, and he had been the first baby dedicated at the Church of the Good Shepherd over there by Children's Hospital. He would sing with, and so when the old guys would ask him to come back and sing, he would sing in the chorus with them, and they would always stand, and he said, I'm gonna get some powder and put on my hair so it could be white like the other guys in there. That's, his sense of humor, but he would sing with them because they're like, he's the first baby dedicated there, but still respectful of everybody. He'd go visit people in the hospital, and all of a sudden, he got a chance to go to Egypt. And Brother Nantambu was one of the people on that trip. And I remember he took out a loan from the credit union to go on his first trip to Egypt. And when he came back, he went to see Bill Calhoun, who was in the hospital. And we had gone back to Wose, and there were only Bill, his grandmother, his son, his wife, Makalisi, his wife and son, and that was it. So he says, I'm going to help you with the church. And when we started going to Wose. Now, Imhotep, once again, he had been in the Catholic Church with Father Howard. Father Howard, he said, would drive all the children around to different events. You know, they would do stuff in the community. He would be at community meetings. So that's all he knew. Reverend Stewart and Reverend Patterson were the examples that he looked to. So so when he saw that and Wose was beginning, Sister Akanke's boys, young men, sons, were at Wose, and they would take him to the aquarium. And Bobby Calhoun and Imhotep would take the kids that were there to the aquarium, take them out on events. So that's how it was starting. So Imhotep said, hey, I've been doing all this reading. I want to give historical tributes. His first historical tribute, the guy, he who came in peace to the Black land, his first historical tribute, and was on Nat Turner. Now, Nat Turner was not a pacifist. He stood up for what he was about. And Imhotep studied, was ready. He wrote out this historical tribute. He took a little tape recorder, recorded it, played it back, listened to himself over and over. So that was how he prepared. And then he did a historical tribute every Sunday for a year. So Nat Turner was his first one. And then when he took the call to be a minister, it was his first sermon was use your own brains. That defining, naming, creating, and speaking for yourself. But his grandmother who said, when you go out with those other folks, you got to use your own brains. You can't follow what they're doing and what they're about. You got to use your own brains. So that was his first sermon. Now, those of you who have seen Imhotep in person know he's a tall guy. He was 6'6". And when he came up here to Sacramento, it was the young people, because we were right between the age of most of the young people's parents and them. So we were kind of cool, you know. And he would play basketball with Tabari and Derek, you know, and they were like, oh, laugh at him, call him an old man and stuff. But he was still 6'6", and he could still take him to the hoop a little bit, and he could run a race. But what he did, which was always interesting, if you come to our house, we don't have any ceiling fans in the house, because when children would come up to him, he would pick them up and lift them up to the sky, up to the ceiling, so that they could touch the ceiling. And they were like, okay, next. And they would line up for him to lift them up, and they touch the ceiling. And he says, I can't have a ceiling fan because that might lift them up into the fan. But he would go to schools and he would teach history. He would share it with them. He was the cool guy, the tall guy with long hair. And all of a sudden they would make pictures of him. He has folders of pictures that the kids would make. And it was interesting to now see that how the pictures, when they see a beard, and then all of a sudden it was a white beard. But he would go to schools and teach. He would do one of the things that here in Sacramento was the Wednesday night classes at the Oak Park Center. And Imhotep would always be there as a person. And whether he would, and those of you who know him, and you do know him, is that he'd always remember your birthday. And I don't know how he did it. He didn't write it down. He would tell you, you're a Pisces. There's a Scorpio. There's a Leo. He knew your sign and knew about when your birthday was. He'd send you a text. He'd call you. He'd mention you. And having his phone has been a joy, because then it'll pop up. He would record certain birthday greetings. Other day I was looking at his phone, and the one that he did to Queen Mother Moore was on there. And he's telling one to my mom, and it's like, wow, he was tape and he would record it. He would visit people in the hospital. Now, one time, even when I was going through chemo, he was like, okay, wait, you stay over there in the car. I need to go over here and see so-and-so who's in the hospital across the way. And I'm like, that's just what he did. When Cecily was at the end, he would visit. He would go and visit people at the hospital. He remembered the birthday, and he'd have a picture or something for everything. He was a great brother. He was a great grandson. He adored his grandmothers, and they adored him because he always revered elders, and he would always bow down to them. He would touch their feet. He would see them, and he would take the time and listen to them. So whether they were young or old, he always took time. He was an incredible husband, and he never raised his voice. And he went along with most of the things I said. If he didn't, he just didn't say anything. When we bought our first house, I said, sign here. He hadn't even seen it, and he signed. He was, I would call him a super dad. He was a protector. He drove his boys wherever, his sons, wherever they needed to go. He was there to make sure nobody messed with them, and if they did, they had something to deal with. He was cool and calm until you messed with his sons. And we would go into the schools, and they would say, we played good cop, bad cop. So because he was so tall, and he would just lean into them, and he just rocked, and they knew that if they crossed that line, he was going to go there. I was do all the talking and get all up in their face, and he just stare them down. But though they always respected him. He was an example of healing. And when 2013, he was diagnosed with kidney cancer. And they wanted to take one kidney and part of the other. And he said no. And I tell people that he was a walking miracle for me, because it takes even the doctors, once again, that same spirit of faith. It took a lot of kahunas to say, no, I'm not going to let you take my kidneys. And he chose a different direction. And when he did that, he had faith. Faith, not just faith of a mustard seed, and as Kaba would say, faith of a pumpkin seed. And he was only 55 years old then. And he said he wanted to make sure he left his message here. That's why he recorded with Philippe. There are 40 shows of where he's presenting topics. And he then recorded, they consider his authoritative utterance, reading passages from the Hosea, reading what we believe and what we practice. And because he was unapologetically Imhotep Al-Kabbalah. And he who came in peace. Well, I'm like, I felt he needed a middle name. And so back then, the Stones of Fire would sing Elijah Rock. And we'd start studying who Elijah was. Elijah was a redeemer of monotheism, of the one God, about Yahweh. So Elijah actually connected that. They thought that Jesus was the reincarnation of Elijah. And Elijah is written about in the Islamic, the Christian, and the Judea traditions. And so Elijah I'm like, okay, you got to have a middle name. So he took Elijah. And so Imhotep Elijah Al-Kabbalah, he who came in peace. So that's what it was about. It wasn't about the multi-genius. He didn't want to be up in the front. He'd rather be at home reading a book. When he would go to work, he would take a book. He didn't take lunch. He also, one of the things that, and I say this so as our kids, whether we give them a comic book that has our images, whether we give them other books that lift them up, he would make it an effort to learn a new word. He would go to the dictionary and learn a new word several times a week. And I'm like, really? So he wanted to make sure his vocabulary was always building. And I'm like, okay, you know. So once again, he was cultivating, he was planting the seeds inside. So his last, so when we say what we believe in, what we practice, when we think about his last sermon, because when Mama Agina passed last year and Imhotep came down and Baba Ty was trying to schedule, and it was like, okay, we wanted him to be there for Mama Jasiri Day, and it's like, no, it's Easter weekend, it's going to be crazy. And Imhotep had just had gotten, for some reason, pneumonia, and he did Mama Jasiri's, excuse me, Mama Angina's service, and he was taking ibuprofen, and he didn't do that kind of thing. And he came down there on the first Sunday in April, and he did whatever, he moved things around, you know, he spoke, and mind you, he always wrote his sermons. So we have a file cabinet full of his sermons. We've got plastic bins full of his sermons. And what we're going to do is create his legacy, because he was about ridding the world of the causes of strife. It wasn't about what he knew, because our way talks about be not arrogant because of your knowledge. Take counsel, whether it's your elder who's only made it through the 8th grade, or whether it's your scholar who has a PhD. So, you know, his dad was always taking pictures, and Imhotep had lots of pictures. And what I appreciated, he had them in folders so you knew the topics. So African presence in Asia, African presence in the Americas, African presence in India. And he would, as a listener, he listened to people. Be not arrogant because of your knowledge, because find counsel with all. He would listen. So he would have a video for you, right? And so at the end, it's like, okay, let me show you the video. And so one of the last ones he made, I'm going to have Baba Jeff put together, put on the screen, the video, unapologetically African-centered Black man who was a true Rasta man. As he said, Rasta man, live up. And when you call his phone, he would say, walk each day in the way of righteousness, and you will reach the place in which you're going. He didn't say sit on your butt. He didn't say pass it on to somebody else. Walk each day, not every other day, not once a month. Walk each day. We would wake up and he would be talking about Wose. And we turn it, it's like, okay, it was his life. And so today, I'd like to dedicate our service to my husband, Imhotep Elijah Al-Kababan, a great man, a great brother, a leader, a student, a follower who loved us all. Jeff?
Uh-oh. You didn't expect.
Fingers start shaking. chasing, I began to stop. We began to wrestle. I was on the top. I want to thank you for letting me be myself again. Thank you for letting me be myself again. Step up in the collar, the beat and the bass, chit chat chatter trying. It's the beat and the place. Thank you for the party, but I could never stay. Many things on my mind, words in the way. I want to thank you for letting me be myself again. Thank you for letting me be myself again. Dance to the music all night long. Everyday people sing the simple song. Mama's so happy. Mama's love to cry. Papa's still singing. Can make me cry. I want to thank you for letting me be myself again.
Thank you. So
Ashe.
work, study, and pray. Restore the sacred way. Imhotep al-Kabbalan Legacy website will be released on his birthday on Tuesday, the 10th of March. Thank you to Sister Katrina. You can also, we will have the videos. His last sermon will be there. If you don't already have authoritative utterance and exceptional insight, you can also hear that from that site as well. So we need to elevate our community. And that's what it was about. And that's what there's work to be done. We have to keep it going. So he would say, okay, let's do it. He wouldn't say a lot when he didn't have to. So let us keep it moving forward. As we feel his vibration, we hear the tone, lift will say, live up. May the name of Imhotep Elijah Al-Kabbalan live in the hearts and minds and in the community of the people that he served. It was never about him. It was about you. It was never about Imhotep. It was about African people. No matter where you come from, if you're a Black man, you're African. Emancipate yourself from mental slavery. None but ourselves will free our mind. We have no fear of atomic energy, but none of them can stop the time. So he said he didn't want, he says they're going to probably try to do a Mama Jasiri Day for me. He says no. So that's why the Black Knowledge Matters Summit. So hours before he passed, he signed the update of our trust and for money for, we'll say, to continue to bring speakers here, to continue to learn and to uplift truth, justice, and righteousness. And that's what we have to do. So when the doctors thought he was gone in 2013, and I said, you just don't know our God. When the other surgeon in 2017 said, we're going to put you under for 10 hours, replace your valve, your aortic valve, and fix another one. And they said, if I was going to bet on anybody, I'd bet on you. And he walked out of ICU. So if we're going to bet on anybody, always bet on black. Always bet on black.
I see.
Truth,
I see.
justice, and righteousness.
Yes.
Restore our sacred way.
That's right.
It's not about the person. It's about how they lived. Serve God. Historically, to show the hand of God moving throughout the history of our people. Define, name, create, and speak for ourselves, as Minister Bill will talk about that today. May the life he lived speak for him. May the life he lived speak for us as a people. So I went past my time and I apologize. And I didn't want to cry, but it's okay because it's like.
How could you not?
Hey, if German chocolate cake is my favorite dessert, if you never have it, you don't know what you're missing. But I had German chocolate cake. And his grandmother would say he was the best that's made. Just the way he touched me, the way he loved me, loved his children, loved his community. And I thank you for being there for him. You are always there. And as we continue the way, we have work to do. Ashe. Ashe.
Ashe. Ashe. Ashe.
Ashe.
Thank you. Thank you.
Love you. Love you.
As they would say, if I testifies, that has something to say. So I gave you something to talk about. So that's our minister. Thank you.
Ashe.
Ashe.
Thank you, Sister Doris, for the beautiful tribute, beautiful historical tribute. So, Baba Jeff, we can have a song.
Y'all ready? If God called you at 5 a.m., would you get on your knees or get up and leave? If she answered your prayers, would you shed his light or choose to hide? Or would you stand and rise? It's a part of life. Things will get better. 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 'Cause God will never fail you. fail you. God sees your heart. I know you're in the dark. Oh, it's a part of life. Things will get better. Oh, things will get better. Things will get better. Oh, things will get better. You overthink. You're overwhelmed. Give yourself space. Time will tell. Things will get easier. Oh, things will get better. Oh, things will get easier. Oh, things will get better. I think you're stronger. Oh, things will get better. Oh, things will get easier. Oh, things will get better. Oh, things will get easier. Oh, things will get better. Don't you know things will get easier? Oh, things will get better. Don't you know that things will get better? Oh, things will get better. Oh, things will get easier. Oh, things will get better. They'll get better. Things will get easier. Things will get better. I know things will get easier. Oh, things will get better. Oh, things will get easier. Things will get better. Oh, things will get better. Things will get better. Things will get better. Things will get better.
Thank you, Baba Jeff, for playing that song. So helpful to know that things will definitely get better. Now we're going to go on to our litany with Sister Michelle and Baba Damani.
All right, time and I'll serve to do the litany of sacrifice. Like I say, good job tonight to everyone. Grand rising, peace, prosperity, and health. Okay, here we go. Litany of appreciation. We changed the words to litany of appreciation. Save us, O Holy One, by your name. Vindicate us by your might. Hear my prayer, divine protector. Listen to the words of my mouth. How can we repay the Holy One for the gifts that have been given to us? We will lift up the cup of salvation and call upon the God of our ancestors. We will fill our vows to our Creator in the presence of all our people. Gladly we bring our sacrifices to you. We praise your name, O Amun Ra, for it is good.
Sure.
Hamoja, unity. We should strive to maintain unity in family, community, nation, and race.
Kuji Chagalia, self-determination. We shall define, name, create, and speak for ourselves.
Yajima, collective work and responsibility. We should build and maintain our communities together. Our brothers and sisters' problems should be ours to solve together.
Ujima, cooperative economics. Together we shall build and maintain our own businesses and together we will profit from them.
Near purpose. We should make our collective vocation the building and development of our community and the restoration of our people to our traditional greatness.
Kuumba, creativity. We shall do as much as we can in any way we can to leave our community more beautiful and beneficial than when we inherited it.
Imani, faith. We should believe with all our hearts in our God, our people,
and in the righteousness and victory of our struggle.
Ashe.
If we could bow our heads in a moment to be thankful for the blessing that was, or the offering that was given today, to give thanks for the appreciation that we show in each offering that we provide. Let me call upon our God, Mother, Father, God, she who is of the Most High, maker of all that is, and giver of all our needs. Bless the strength shown from each person who provided an offering or will provide one because of this day. Pray with us, O Amun Ra, that we may continue to support our church, our community of the way. We must believe that the Most High is with us in each and every moment and sees us as part of the circle of reciprocity. We must have faith that there will be others who will stand up, give, show their appreciation in times that we may not be able to do so because of illness, missed opportunity, or when darkness prevails. Is there a way, Amun Ra, that we can support our church each and every day? It begins within our heart, knowing that we are part of Wose. Bless us, O Amun Ra. Bless the offering counted today. May it always be enough. Amen. Ashe.
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 And on the screen is the different ways you could send your donations to Wose Oakland, Wose Sacramento. I guess most people use the website or PayPal or snail mail. Anyway, that's it.
Thank you. Thank you, Sister Michelle and Baba Damani, for our litany. And now is a very important time in our service when we are going to hear the message. Right now, we're going to hear the message coming from the Most High through our Minister Bill. Minister Bill?
Grand Rising, will say. Grand Rising. Today, I'd like to add a little clarity to a phrase from a favorite Wose song. Listen up. Here we go.
Listen more often to things than to things. Listen more often to things than to things. 'Tis the ancestors' breath when the fire's voice is heard. 'Tis the ancestors' breath in the voice of the waters.
As in the song, it's important to listen more often to things than to beings. But to put a slightly sharper point on that, I should say clearly that the construction of things, of buildings, of roads, waterways, of institutions, of canals, all those things we call infrastructure, those things require great human labor, invested as much for succeeding generations as for the builder. Those things exemplify what our beloved Minister Imhotep frequently reminded us. The Medu Neter's symbol for love is a gardening tool. It symbolizes the work we do. We more commonly highlight the opposite, saying talk is cheap. But we need to be clear about what's real and what's unreal. What we're really saying is where people have gone to the trouble of studying and finally crafting and constructing things for their descendants, for their peers, for their communities. Those are very true and signal investments in community and humanity. So today, I'd like to say a few words about things, about infrastructure. Of course, our words today should highlight today's realities. With that in mind, I'll begin with that acronym just flooding our discourse, AI. So listen up for my favorite comedian, Josh Johnson. He seems to have finally hit his stride now, standing tall as a public crier in a great tradition of Richard Pryor, of Paul Mooney, and the legendary Dick Gregory. Bringing wisdom. Here we go.
I'm not necessarily afraid of AI in what I do as far as performance. I think it's already been very well said that like the things that people do for connection and for real experiences, AI can't replace. The other thing that happens with AI that I don't think, obviously someone could lose their job to AI, which isn't really true. Someone gave your job to AI. Like the AI didn't come in the room with legs. You know what I mean? Like AI doesn't have legs to then walk in and be like, I think I'm better. Like that's not, AI is not pitching itself against you. Someone who wants to save the money that they think that you are wants to replace you. So I think we put it all on the AI instead of putting it on employers and companies and like a corporate mindset and everything.
But we know who's actually behind that. AI is an abstract phrase. It runs on some hardware, but it's your boss employing the AI, using the AI to redefine your job, what you thought was your job, but actually is their work, in their favor. Less money out, none of the headaches. That's the same mega money micro morality urge that moved the Dutch and British East Indies Company to ravage South Asia, that moved the French to assault Indochina, while the Brits and the Spanish slaughtered their way through North and South America. That same Urugu urge that moved them to kidnap Africans for free labor to maximize profits from their stolen lands. Let's get back to Josh.
And I don't know, some people go back and forth about how terrified they are of AI, what AI is going to do and everything. I'm not necessarily scared of AI. I'm not, because no matter what it can do, is a tool. And the scary thing about tools is just people. You know, it's a tool, and any tool can become a weapon. You could use a shovel to kill somebody. You know?
Yeah, it's a tool. Like that sign in front of the yard that says, beware of dog. Yeah, maybe you ought to beware of the owner. We need to think clearly. The message there for us is that our unbounded family and community relations are actually paramount. Josh didn't get his job threatened. Some jobs will be threatened. But the primary thing, again, is our family and community, our umoja. Paraphrasing Professor Arma, nothing is beautiful except in relationship. AI shifts that, but it does not negate it, does not replace it. Josh nails it down a bit further. Let's listen.
And so you have this situation where AI is this incredible tool, but it immediately became weaponized against the working class, against regular people, because it could have been used as this tool that helped all of us do our jobs better, make our lives a little bit easier. But instead of any of that, it quickly became something that employers said, oh, we could just get rid of people. We just get rid of people. We could save all this money. AI won't need health care. AI won't complain about hours or anything like that. AI won't ask for specific shifts, you know? And so it immediately became a weapon. And that's why you see people genuinely not care.
They don't care. As usual, wealth yields faster access. So the wealthy got the tools early, and the wealthy bosses quickly got access to an AI tool to let them spend even less on workers. To be clear, it's the same urge that moved them to spend zero on kidnapped workers from Africa. Again, we need to be clear amongst ourselves. That desire to simplify, to reduce labors, is actually normal. Drinking water is normal too, voluntarily, not in the form of waterboarding. So, to succeed in our sacred work of continuing creation, we need to use every alternative that aligns with our sacred legacy of Ma'at. We need, like our beloved ancestors, to create and build for ourselves. We need to make our brothers and sisters' problems our problems to solve together. As Professor Amos Wilson and other scholars reminded us, we can't let our oppressors frame or prioritize our work. And as Malcolm X clearly said, we must teach our own people. Listen up. It's been done before.
In 1918, a white mob in Mississippi gathered to lynch a black man for daring to educate black children. That man was Lawrence C. Jones. And instead of dying that day, he walked away with funding for a black school. Let that sit. Jones was born in 1884 into a family of educators. He earned his degree from the University of Iowa in 1908, at a time when black education itself was seen as a threat. He turned down comfortable job offers and chose Rankin County, Mississippi, a place where nearly 80% of black people were illiterate, not by accident, but by design. During slavery, teaching Africans to read was illegal. After slavery, the punishment just became unofficial. Jones started with 3 students. That grew. Land was donated by a formerly enslaved man. Support came from allies in Iowa. And by 1913, Piney Woods School was chartered. Education wasn't charity, it was counterpower. But in 1918, the local order pushed back. A mob formed, rope ready, history on repeat. Here's the anti-colonial lesson. Jones didn't beg. He didn't perform fear. He spoke with authority. He spoke about education, about discipline, about black children becoming productive, skilled, undeniable. And the mob, built on ignorance, was disarmed by intelligence. They didn't just spare him. They donated money to the school they came to destroy. This wasn't luck. This was strategy. Pan-African history is full of this pattern. When direct resistance meant death, our ancestors mastered psychological warfare, restraint, and long-term vision. Jones understood something. Colonizers rarely anticipate education reshapes power faster than violence ever could. Piney Woods School still exists today. It's one of the largest historically black boarding schools in the United States. That is the real victory. Not survival, continuity. As Jones later said, no man can cause me to stoop low enough to hate him. That wasn't submission. That was dominance over the system designed to break him. Built their own town. In 1887, Eatonville, Florida became one of the first self-governing all-black incorporated municipalities in the United States. This wasn't symbolism. This was sovereignty. Just 2 decades after slavery, black men purchased land, established a mayor, formed a town council, built schools, churches, businesses, and governed themselves. No white officials. No outside political control. At a time when the South was constructing Jim Crow laws, Eatonville was constructing institutions. It became the childhood home of Zora Neale Hurston, who later described it as a place with 300 brown skins, 2 schools, and no jailhouse. But Eatonville wasn't a fantasy. It was a systems experiment: land ownership, municipal authority, economic circulation within the community, cultural autonomy. While much of Black America was politically suppressed, Eatonville functioned as a micro-model of internal self-determination inside a hostile racial state. This is what anti-colonial theory looks like at the local level. Control the land, control the governance, control the narrative. Eatonville proves something powerful. Freedom isn't just protest, it's infrastructure. And when people build institutions, instead of waiting for inclusion, history shifts.
Yes, that phrase he used, systems experiments. Those are the critical things. Of course, we know this is what researchers do all the time. They construct experiments, they find out for themselves. This is exactly what we need to do. We need to do the work, own the system, find out for ourselves. Otherwise, we're always behind someone else's exploration, experimentation, their system design and construction, which of course always opposes us. So why would we wait for that? We need to push forward for our own so that we know and understand the design, the construction, and we can create for ourselves, for our own benefit. And we've done it. We built schools like Piney Woods, and as countless African townships exemplify, we've gotten our freedom, some freedom from oppressive white government by governing ourselves. We built our own governments, like in Eatonville. And when white depredations are just too onerous, we need to create our own alternatives, our own alternative systems, as they famously did in Montgomery to deal with racist bus managers. We also bought our own gathering spaces. Check this out.
Imagine being told you can swim, but only here, only until sunset, and never own a single grain of the shore. That isn't just segregation, that's regulated dignity, permission that can be revoked at any moment. In the 1940s, while Black Floridians faced humiliating restrictions at places like Virginia Key Beach, limited hours, inferior facilities, and no right to own the land, Mary McLeod Bethune chose a different path. She didn't ask for longer hours or a bigger slice. She bought the shoreline. In December 1945, Bethune and Black investors acquired 2.5 miles of oceanfront in Volusia County, creating Bethune Beach, a place where Black families could gather, celebrate, and build generational wealth on their own terms. Ownership was the point, because access without ownership is always conditional, and conditional access can vanish with a single policy change. Bethune understood. Dignity requires control. Land meant autonomy, a retreat where Black life wasn't supervised, but self-determined. Yet this vision faced obstacles. The land was remote, reachable only by a single road, and systemic barriers like discriminatory lending and neglected infrastructure made large-scale development nearly impossible. Over time, as integration came, some original owners lost their property, but the legacy remains. Bethune wasn't just creating a beach. She was engineering autonomy in an era built to deny it. That's the difference between protest and power. History isn't just about who was denied access. It's about who found a way to own the gate.
Yes, we bought our own gathering spaces. But those things in 2026 may feel a little behind us. What's fresh today is the very, very encouraging news from the motherland. I'm sure you've all heard from Burkina Faso. We'll hear a bit more today.
In Burkina Faso isn't just governance. It's a bold statement that transformation is possible when a nation takes charge of its destiny. In December 2025, Traoré announced the Ouagadougou-Bobo-Dioulasso Highway, a 375-kilometer project, and in just 40 days, 276 kilometers were already cleared and prepped for paving a pace unheard of in Africa, where similar projects funded by international loans often drag on for years. This isn't magic, it's African self-reliance in action. Traoré isn't borrowing from the IMF, World Bank, or other external lenders. Instead, he's mobilizing domestic resources, leveraging citizen contributions, and executing a vision with accountability, proving that progress doesn't require dependency on outside actors. African ingenuity and organized governance are enough. Africa has long been fragmented by colonial borders and external interference, systems that benefit from division and dependency. Traoré's project isn't just a highway, it's a blueprint for what unified, strategic African leadership can achieve. Imagine if more leaders coordinated like the Sahel Alliance, Mali, Burkina Faso, Niger sharing security, economic planning, and infrastructure, investing internal resources, connecting markets, and building world-class infrastructure without strings-attached loans. That's the Pan-African dream: sovereignty, unity, and development at scale. Traoré shows that miracles are possible through disciplined organization and resource sovereignty, holding up a mirror to other leaders and exposing corruption and missed potential. Africa doesn't need miracles. It needs accountability, strategy, and unity. Leaders like Traoré prove Africa's transformation is within its own hands if it chooses to coordinate, execute, and take ownership.
Yes, Burkinabe Africans built our own highways at record speed. Burkinabe built our own high-tech hospitals. And as our speaker pointed out, the hospitals are a critical statement about what the government finds important, what the government makes important, the health of its people. A similar thing emerged in Rwanda, where one of their very first, most visible technical pushes was to invent for the first time anywhere drone medicine delivery. Why? Because the health of their people depended on getting those medicines quickly. So they served their people. That last one, the speaker mentioned the high-tech data centers in Burkina Faso. That one's special for us in the diaspora because it highlights a critical opportunity for us, scattered in the diaspora, to reinvent Umoja online. Still, we need the infrastructure, and no one will build it for us but us. Back to Sweet Honey in the Rock. Minister Alicia?
All right, Ashe. Ashe,
Ashe.
Bill, that was awesome.
Ashe.
Yes, you guys can come off the mute for a second and give your ashes.
Oh, okay. Asante Sana, Ashe.
Ashe.
Well done, Minister Bill.
Excellent.
Right.
As always, it's my honor.
Yeah, you always take us high. You
Well
always
done
take us
as
high.
usual, Mr. Bill.
Taking us from the past into the future.
That's right.
Yes.
Gotta have both.
Yes. Right here in the present.
Teaching and preaching.
Give thanks. We learned so much today, and I tell you, Minister Bill, I apologize for being off camera. I kind of lost it for a second, but I'm so thankful, Minister Bill, because
As did I.
yeah,
And
yeah, I
sure
was like,
many others here.
right. Um, so then when you played Josh Johnson, I was like, oh my gosh, because Josh Johnson is also my favorite comedian. And if you haven't heard of Josh Johnson, please look him up on YouTube. He has a bunch of videos, and he is also my favorite. I listen to him almost daily. So he helps keep the vibe up, even when he's talking about stuff that is crazy and can bring your vibe down. He makes it funny, and he just makes you laugh, which brings your vibration up. So it's so helpful, and I think Most High had a plan with that. So we give thanks, and so now if you are not a member of Wose Community Church, and you have felt something or heard something or experienced something today that has resonated within your spirit, and you're just like, I think I want to be here more often, or I think these are my people, and you want to become a member of Wose Community Church, this is the time for you to raise your hand or come off of mute or shout to the rooftops, or you can even put it in the chat if you're a bit shy. And this is a time to do that. The doors of the church are open for new members, and we are having a new members class coming up here in Sacramento pretty soon. So you won't be a person who has to wait for the next season to come. So I don't see anyone at the moment, but the offer has gone out, and this is not the last chance you would have. If you're not a member and you would like to be here, please keep coming back or go on our website. There's a way that you can become a member or get some information from our websites. So right now we're going to go to Baba Jeff for Lift Every Voice and Sing.
Skies, let it resound loud as the rolling sea. Sing the song full of the faith that the dark past has taught us. Sing the song full of the hope that the present has brought us. Facing the rising sun of a new day begun. Let us march on till victory's won.
All right, that was heavy. Yeah.
Had Baba Jeff be bringing it, man.
We had
Yes.
our music to everything.
Bringing it.
Yes, beautiful. I was waiting for the rest of it. I was
Oh man.
oh my gosh, it's so good. Yeah.
We gotta.
So I was reading as we were listening to that, I was reading one of the chats, and to the Allens, yes, I think that some people would be interested, and so I'm gonna ask that you put your flyer in the chat for us if you can. They had sent a flyer, and hopefully they can put it in the chat before we all get off today. So now to the ones who is able to lift us up faultless before the throne on high. May they empower us to be one people
One people,
with one aim,
one
one destiny,
One destiny,
one love,
one love,
one heart,
One heart.
one God.
one God.
And let us call on the name of that one God as our elders and ancestors have done for countless times and for time immemorial. Let us all say, and hopefully drown me out,
Amen.
we are the most
Most
Beautiful
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 people
on the
face
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 of
of
the
So
this
earth.
this
earth.
earth.
I just want
Ashe.
to read a
Yes.
passage. I just want to read a passage from a sermon that Imhotep did in 2003. The sun
Yes.
rose this morning. The oxygen is here this morning. We saw the moon and the stars last night. Babies were born. Nature continues. Your concept of God didn't do it. It just is. No one religion, no one leader, no president, imam, priest, pope, preacher, governor, or senator has a monopoly on God. God is for the people. God is for the
Yes.
world. God is for creation. Ashe.
Beautiful.
Ashe.
Ashe.
Ashe. Could I just
Thank
say
you.
something?